Missing the party. Come on.
Tonight, we have the ravioli with salad. Ravioli is frozen. It contains ground beef. This is my marinara sauce. It's a simple plain canned whole tomatoes, which were strained, pureed, added some garlic, a little bit of onion, some herbs, put it on the old stove for it to cook down a little bit. Needs a little bit of extra seasoning and some Parmesan cheese. Some time to eat. It has now been parmed. Kaboom! We have been parmed. Added a little crushed red pepper, a little Italian seasoning here now. Get it into mealtime. Greetings, tribe. Gonna do something a little different this time. Instead of cooking in the kitchen or just sitting here snacking, I went ahead and made this earlier, and I'm just gonna kind of go over what the hell I did to get to this fantastic soup. I got my big soup pot out, olive oil in the bottom, got that heated up, cut up an onion, threw that guy in there, stalk of celery, big stalk, two stalks, whatever. Threw that, diced that up nice and fine, threw that in there. Let that cook down for a little bit. While it's cooking down, I cut up my red peppers, my poblanos, my jalapenos, got those all diced up, threw those in. They're getting cooked down and getting cooked down. Once those get soft and everything's kind of blended together, take about 6 or 7 cloves of garlic, blast those up, toss those guys in. It's time for the ground beef. I was looking at recipes and I saw a couple for hamburger soup. I remember at school when we get vegetable soup, we always had ground beef in it. So I don't think it's that unusual. I think it's just kind of a cheaper alternative. One thing I do like about the ground beef though is that it's a good soft consistency and texture. Whereas sometimes if you use like stew meat or something, sometimes it can be too tough. I mean, sure, if you want to take the time to do like a pot roast type thing and then like, pull it and do all that and that in, great. Sometimes I don't want to spend that much time. And also, if I'm going to spend the time to make a pot roast, I'm just going to fucking have pot roast. Got the beef browned, all the base veggies are soft. We're going to add in 2 cans diced tomato, 4 cans beef broth. Depends on how much soupy soup you want in your soup. Soup. I would say at least 4 or 2 of the 32-ounce containers that they have. Brought that to a low boil. I added in my carrots, which I had taken and cut lengthwise and then quartered and then diced. Let those cook down till they're about half cooked, just because they take a little longer to cook. The potatoes don't everything kind of be the same consistency and get done at the same time. So we've got those guys going. Gonna add in a little bit of soy sauce, some Worcestershire, and if you want a little hot sauce with the jalapenos stuff, you don't have to, but you can. It doesn't really make much difference. Definitely the soy and the Worcestershire to give it a little depth. Like I said, after the carrots get about halfway done, you need to add in your potatoes and some green beans. I use frozen green beans. You can use canned, whatever you want. You can use fresh if you want. If you're going to use fresh, I would add them in a little earlier, depending on how, depending on cooking time and how the texture of your vegetables you want. I know how I like mine. I like my green beans a little softer, so canned ones aren't so bad. I usually go with frozen just because I think they're a little better health-wise quality. I know it's probably not much difference, but whatever goes on up here. Also threw in some cauliflower, some broccoli. I bought a container, kind of like it's in the salad thing, but it's all mixed greens, and there's kale and chard and spinach and something else in there. So I bought some of that, cut it up, threw that in also to give some healthy greens to it. The greens. Eat a green thing every day. Let that cook till all the vegetables are soft. At that point, I added in frozen corn and frozen peas. I add them at the end because they cook down and kind of heat up a little bit sometimes. So this way, when you throw them at the end, they just get kind of cooked and blend into the thing. This is a good hearty soup for a snowy winter's day, which we're having right now. On February 5th, 2021. Look at the time capsule. As far as seasoning and such that I used, salt, pepper, obviously. I had my Goya adobo, of course. I don't know that I've cooked anything without it since I discovered it. Some dried thyme, some dried marjoram, some basil, and some Mexican oregano. I'm extremely happy with how this turned out. There's a lot of grandma going on in here, and I'm pretty happy with that. You can use ground turkey if you'd like. Use ground venison. You don't even have to use ground meat. Basically, this is just a good standard recipe for any vegetable soup. Make it just like this if you want. Experiment. Do what you want. It's your fucking kitchen. It's your fucking soup. You make it how you want to. I'm Ortega Latrobe. This has been soup. We'll talk about soup more as we head on down the road. I've got a lot of soup recipes, and I feel like sharing them here with you, my tribe. This has been Snackin with Ortega. Have a great day.
I love Ortega's sauce. It makes my taco pop.